On the walls of a stunning Venetian-style palace in Boston hang a series of empty, gilded frames. They are the ghosts of a former glory, haunting reminders of the single greatest property theft in world history. You may have heard the story of the Gardner Museum heist, two thieves dressed as cops, the priceless art that vanished. But you probably haven't heard about the chilling connections to the Boston mob, or the shocking theory that the FBI has been chasing for decades. Tonight, we expose the full story and go inside the world's biggest unsolved art mystery. Our story begins on a chilly, damp Boston night, March 18, 1990, the raucous noise of St. Patrick's Day. Celebrations was finally fading from the city streets. Inside the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, a young, long-haired security guard named Rick Abath sat at the security desk. It was a quiet shift, but just after 1 a.m., a buzz from the side door shattered the silence. Outside stood two men dressed in what appeared to be police uniforms. They claimed they were responding to a disturbance call. In that moment, Rick Abath made a fateful decision, a violation of the museum's most fundamental rule. He let them in. The two officers told Abath he looked familiar and that they had a warrant for his arrest. They ordered him to step away from the desk and away from the only panic button. As he complied, the friendly tone vanished. In an instant, he was slammed against a wall, handcuffed, and told in no uncertain terms, "Don't give us any problems, and you won't get hurt." The second guard was quickly subdued, and both were taken to the dark, damp museum basement, where they were bound with duct tape and left helpless in the darkness. Their worst nightmare was just beginning. For the next 81 minutes, the thieves owned the Gardner Museum. They weren't elegant, sophisticated cat burglars. Their movements, captured on motion detectors, were clumsy and sometimes illogical. They ignored more valuable pieces to steal seemingly random objects. But what they did take was legendary. In the museum's Dutch room, they walked directly to Rembrandt's magnificent masterpiece, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee's only known seascape. We hear a brutal scraping sound as a knife slices the canvas from its stretcher. They did the same to another Rembrandt portrait. Then, they moved to what would become the most valuable stolen object on the planet. Vermeer's The Concert. One of only 34 known paintings by the master, its serene beauty was now just a loose canvas in the hands of thieves. They also stole works by Monet and Degas, but their choices remained bizarre. They tried to remove a large Napoleonic flag, but when they struggled, they simply unscrewed the golden eagle finial from the top and took that instead. After 81 minutes of chaos, they vanished back into the Boston night, taking with them 13 works of art now valued at over $500 million. The next morning, the arriving museum staff were met with an eerie silence, broken only by the horrifying sight of the empty, gilded frames. The Boston police were called, and soon, the FBI took over, launching what would become one of the most complex and frustrating investigations in its history. The initial leads went nowhere. The thieves had taken the security tapes and left behind no fingerprints. The case was a blank slate. As investigators dug deeper, they realized the thieves were likely not art experts or brutish. They were unsophisticated. This profile didn't point to an international art thief, but to something much closer to home. The Boston mob. The leading theory began to form around a local level gangster named Carmelo Merlino. His crew was known for robberies, and the FBI believed they were the muscle behind the heist. But why would the mob want this art? The most shocking theory, and the one the FBI pursued for years, is that the art wasn't stolen to be sold. It was stolen as a get-out-of-jail-free card. The plan was allegedly orchestrated by another mob figure, Bobby Donati, who intended to use the priceless paintings as a bargaining chip to negotiate the release of a friend from prison. This explains why the art was never fenced or put on the black market shed, had a different, more specific purpose. The theory gained traction when Bobby Donati was brutally murdered a year after the heist in an unrelated gang conflict. Many believe whatever secrets he had about the art's location died with him. To understand the tragedy, you have to understand the woman behind it. Isabella Stewart Gardner, the museum's founder, was a brilliant and eccentric Boston socialite. She designed the museum herself, meticulously placing every single piece of art. Her last will and testament was ironclad, Nothing in the collection could ever be permanently moved or sold. If it was, the entire museum and its contents were to be auctioned off. This is why, to this day, the empty frames remain on the walls. They are not just placeholders. They are a testament to her vision and a haunting reminder of the immense loss. Today, more than 3 decades later, the case is cold. The statute of limitations for the theft itself has long since passed, meaning the thieves can no longer be charged for the robbery. But possessing stolen art is still a crime. The FBI still has an agent assigned to the case, and the museum still offers a $10 million reward for information leading to the art's safe return. Age-progressed sketches of the suspects have been released, but no one has ever been definitively identified. So where's the $500 million collection now? Is it collecting dust in a forgotten attic in South Boston? Is it hanging in the secret private gallery of a reclusive billionaire? Or was it destroyed decades ago? A secret that became too dangerous to keep. The frames remain empty, waiting for their masterpieces to come home. The case is cold, but it is not closed. The past is never truly lost. It's just waiting to be exposed. What do you believe happened to the world's most valuable stolen art? Let us know your theory in the comments. And for more deep dives into history's greatest unsolved cases, subscribe to Past Exposed and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss our next investigation.